Let's get a more in-depth look at stocks with Scott Gamm live on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. What's up, Scott?
Hey there, Dan. Happy Friday to you. You know, even here at the New York Stock Exchange, we also are awaiting that LYFT trade, which is expected in about 15 minutes from now, and I'm hearing talk about a $24 billion valuation. We'll find out in a few minutes about what it'll end up being, but let's just take that number for a moment for argument's sake. $24 billion on its first day of trading, that would be more than the market cap of United Continental, the parent of United Airlines, and American Airlines. So that's a pretty impressive feat for LYFT, although we should point out that LYFT is by no means profitable. In fact, it lost almost $1 billion in 2018. So they certainly have some hurdles to go through in the coming months and years. But still, the LYFT IPO is certainly an endorsement of the broader stock market, and the fact that they keep raising that price range. They've done that a couple times this week. That's certainly a bullish sign for the market. A couple other things I'm watching down here. The XHB, this is the Home Builders Index, which is up about 1/3% right now. This has new home sales rising almost 5% in February. We just got this data at 10 a.m., so just a few moments ago. And we know that mortgage rates now are much lower than they were in February, so we'll see how the housing market shapes up in the coming months. We of course know why mortgage rates are coming down, because the Federal Reserve has backed off on interest rate hikes for 2019. And then guys, a couple comments on the broader markets. You know, the S&P 500 is at about 2830 right now, which is about 9 points above yesterday's intraday high. And this is important because for weeks we've been in this narrow range. So it's important to see the S&P 500 kind of break out of that range. And we've been looking for catalysts. Perhaps those catalysts include the LYFT IPO and some bullishness on the trade talks between the US and China that are going on right now.
Scott, you know, you alluded to it with that valuation for LYFT, but personally, what's your opinion here in terms of the interest? Are you surprised? Are you seeing, of course, it is going to be listing on the NASDAQ and you're at the NYSE right now, but are people talking about it today? Is it all the talk there as well?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, look, the fact that LYFT is such a popular name, right, we've all heard of it, and so I think that's adding to the retail interest. But, you know, from folks I've been talking to, they also stress the importance of separating a product you love from the stock. So just because you love the product doesn't necessarily mean it'll be a good stock. But we'll be watching to see what happens today.
All right, thanks so much, Scott.